so delightful to be with you. I brought notes. Well, let's see if I read them at some point, but I want to be down here with you. Some months ago, Reverend Liz reached out to me and she asked me if I would join with you today. And she asked me what the topic would be, and I'm like, how do I know? That's so far into the future, and I don't even know who I'm going to be or what we're going to be going through. So I went out to my favorite place up the mountain to pray, and the only thing that came was being with what is. So I sent that off to her, and I promptly forgot about it. And I got in the car and I drove across the United States and up into Canada, 37 hours to go and visit my family. And you know that saying that if you think you're enlightened, spend a week with your family? I spent 6 weeks. And I'm laughing because the only question that I kept asking of myself while I was there, because I love my family, but like everyone, we're all challenged. We're being challenged by so many things going on in the world around us, and in our family there's been a lot of loss and grief, and people are in these deep places of pain. And the only thing that I could think about was, how is love leading me? And there were days when I couldn't feel it, but then I would keep asking myself, how is love leading me in this moment? How can I meet what is occurring from a place of love? Because every time that I wanted to control the world around me or how other people were, I had to remind myself that each one of us is navigating challenges. Each one of us is faced with what feels like impossible situations. So let me ask you to put your hand up if you know what I'm talking about when I'm speaking about. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Hello. Speaking to the choir. Okay. So I want to invite you in this moment to think of something that's going on in your life that you feel overwhelmed by or powerless to. And I just want to invite you to bring it up and put it in the seat, the empty seat next to you. No judgment. Let's just invite it into this room. Let's just invite it into this space together. Because in this place, in the presence of now, there's no space, there's no time, there's no right, there's no wrong. Let's just be here together. So let's bring that challenge up and let's simply place it in this beautiful energy of being present with what is. And perhaps in your own heart, you can ask the question, love, show me the next step. You don't need to know it in this moment, but in the right time and in the right way, guide me. And until then, I will stay in this moment. I will stay in this pause. That form of radical acceptance, where we're not judging and we're not blaming the situation around or ourselves, it creates a space, doesn't it? It creates a spaciousness. Just in this moment, let's create space. And maybe today, just for today, invite the challenge along without judging it or having to make a decision about it. But let it be here. No expectations, no assumptions. Ooh, that's powerful if you think about it. No expectation, no assumption. I'm just going to let it be here. And in that beingness, I'm going to let whatever is going to come up, whatever I'm feeling. And oftentimes when we're faced with things that feel like they're beyond our control, and I love the lyrics for that, that's the invitation to meet it from a place of non-judgment. from neutrality. And let what is coming up come up. And ask yourself the question, what is there here for me to understand? Have I felt this way before? What's wanting to get my attention? Because part of being here now means looking at the choices and the decisions and the things that are in our life, not from the wounds of our past, right? Or our beliefs or our feelings, but just being here with it and asking the question, how is love going to lead me in this one? I don't need to know right now, but just staying open to it. That openness invites in an expansion. So there's this dance, let it go, let it go, let it go. And as you let go, you're opening it. And I was just mentioning to you guys beforehand, I've been waking up, because I got back late last night. So I drove here, and I got back, and I haven't been able to sleep. And in the middle of the night, I've been singing this little ditty that I heard, and I don't know who sings it, but it's great. But it's, let go, let go, let go. How does it go again? Here we go. Now, I've been singing it all night in the middle of the night, and I wake up, and here I am with you, and I can't remember it, but it's, loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. And I guess I've been singing it over and over and over again because that's what I've needed to do, let go. Because whenever I go into this place of thinking life should be happening a certain way, right? Or this should be happening, or judging what's going on around me, I'm not in a place of openness. I'm trying to control. And whenever I'm trying to control, I'm not in a place of love. And I'm not receptive to a new guidance. So, how do you let change you? That's the question that comes in as well, along with letting love lead you. How do you let what's going on in your life that you feel powerless to change, how do you let that change you? And one of the most important things is to acknowledge how we're feeling. So, who here has been feeling feelings of sadness, anger, fear? Yeah. And what do? We often just stuff those feelings down, or we judge those feelings. But being with what is actually letting them come up. Not judging ourselves and not judging our feelings, but allowing them to come up within us to show us what's beneath them. Have you ever felt this way before? What is wanting healing? What is wanting to be lovingly held? What is wanting to be released and let go of? These are questions that I ask myself. Rather than pushing away what's coming up, I spend a lot of time sitting with it so that I can understand. And so that as I'm meeting it, I can have that compassion. The compassion for the parts of me that are feeling afraid, the parts of me that are feeling angry, the wounded little girl, the stories of the past. So I can feel them and not judge them, but let them have their space so that then I can make a choice. Not to carry them forward, but to lovingly hold them and then choose something new. Oftentimes when life feels overwhelming, we have this sense of powerlessness, that life is happening to us. And that's when we need to take a pause, step back. Let ourselves feel what we're feeling, and then ask the question, what do I choose now? What is the energy that I want to create? How do I want love to lead me? So I want to ask you, just in this moment, to feel into a quality, an energy that you would like for your life to have, or for the world to have. And just close your eyes for a minute and feel into your heart and think about the situation that you feel powerless and that you feel overwhelmed about. And ask yourself, what do I most need? What is the quality that I most need in this situation? Or you can even ask, what is the quality that I would love to most see in the world, that I feel is missing? Just feel into it. And maybe it's a soft, quiet sense. Maybe it's one word. Oftentimes our heart speaks in really gentle, quiet ways. Know that what's coming up for you is the energy that wants to be birthed. It's the energy that wants to be created. For myself, as I was driving the 30-some hours back here, what kept coming up was to be present. Just to be present. To allow what was happening to happen. And how could I be present with it? Does anyone else have something that came up, a word that came up strongly for them? Yeah. Love. I love it. So then the question is, how can we love? How can we be loving towards ourselves and the parts of ourselves that perhaps are hard for us to love? Can we love the parts of ourselves that don't want to forgive? Can we forgive the parts of ourselves that don't want to forgive? How do we bring the love in? And how do we let that love show us the next step? Did anybody else have a quality that came up for them? Reverence. Ooh. The sacred and the holy. That's powerful. Reverence. Reverence does not, as I say, reverence does not judge. Reverence honors. Reverence uplifts. Reverence brings in greater clarity, guidance, and expansion. It is a profound quality to meet and to be in this world. So thank you. Thank you for holding reverence. Thank you for holding love. Has anybody else got one that came up for them? Compassion. What was the other one? Enthusiasm. Ooh, I love this. Patience. Ooh, such a beautiful one. Trust. I love this. They're all such beautiful qualities because they show us what we need. And that's the next step. So when we're living in our heart and we're living from this place of openness, it will show us what the next step is. And then that next step will bring us into the next step. But it's one step at a time. We're either in this place of openness and allowing, or we're in a place of resistance. And, you know, in the first song, there was peace like a river. I think that was one of the lyrics, and I love that because the analogy of a river is what it sparked in my thought was, you know, when you're in a river, when water is flowing and you're in a boat, Good luck resisting a river or trying to paddle upstream. It's really hard. It's a lot better to go with the flow, to go with the movement of water. And it's amazing to watch water because water seems so soft, and yet water will shape a stone. Water will bring you into its flow. And so how can we flow with what is going on in our life without trying to control it? But as I was saying before, letting the change us. How can we be like the river? How can you paddle and open up to what is wanting to open, what is wanting to be birthed, what is wanting us to see? Eventually, you let go of the oar and the paddles, and you even let go of the boat, and you just flow with it. Because there's 4 stages of life. I knew I was going to talk about that. You know, when we're feeling powerless, we're in this place that love happens to me. Life happens to me. Sorry, not love. Life happens to me. When we're in that place, we feel overwhelmed and we feel like we have no control. Happens to all of us. But if we keep flowing and opening, then we get to this place of thinking and realizing that life happens by me. I have choice. I can choose how I deal with life. I can react or I can respond. Reaction is often from that place of woundedness or their emotions. And the response is from a place more of our love, our ability to respond. Yeah? So life happens to me is when it's like I'm in total victim mode. Life happens by me is when I start to realize, I have choice. If I keep going, does anyone know what the next one is? Life happens through me. Yeah, let's try through me. Yep. Life happens through me. And this is when you start realizing that I'm in flow. And the choices that I'm making are profoundly affecting creation. I can't change what's going on around me, but I can change the way that I respond to it. And the way that I respond to it changes everything. So life happens through me is when you start connecting with the life force, when you start connecting with love, when you start connecting to a deeper wisdom. You're not coming from that place of woundedness. You're coming from a place of reverence, trust, compassion, enthusiasm, love, and it's opening. And the 4th stage is life happens as me. I am life. And that's when we're in this place of total connection, responsibility. A couple of weeks ago, I had an incredible opportunity to sit with a woman who came to see me who is going through some of the most challenging things I've ever heard someone going through. Her son was killed, a young boy shot, what they think is a racially motivated hate crime. And so she is about to go into the legal ramifications of dealing with this. And as I sat with her, the first thing she said to me is, I don't want to hate. I don't want to hate. I don't know how to be with what is going on, and I don't know how to have the strength or the clarity, but I don't want to hate because he's too far from God. And I thought that was so incredibly powerful. And as we sat there, the question was, how do you be with something that is so difficult? How do you be present to all that you're feeling and find the clarity and the guidance that's going to come up? And the first thing that I thought of was it was her willingness to open up, her willingness to be honest, to be vulnerable, to say what she needed. And to offer it up to the divine. And it's not the divine outside of her, it was the divine within her. And it was such a mighty, powerful thing to be with her in the work. Because that willingness to open, to let go, and to keep letting go of the things that she was powerless to change, and to be open to what was wanting to come through her, that was needing to be felt, and to be lovingly embraced by that, gave her the strength and gave her the clarity to make the next steps. And in the same way, I was speaking with another woman recently, and she was saying, well, hold on, I've got a question about this. She's like, what do you do when you have someone who's contacting you all the time? You don't want to talk with them. What would you suggest? Sorry? Yeah, find out why you don't want to talk to them. She said they were writing her all the time, and so we were in a group, and the group was like, well, don't answer the emails, right? It's real simple. If you don't want to talk to them, don't answer the emails. And if they're really negative and they're in this space of judgment and criticism, don't respond. Then she said, well, it's my sister. And it's like, oh, okay. Still. So I was sitting there going, okay, how can we do this? And then I remembered the Ho'oponopono. Is anybody familiar with the Ho'oponopono? It's a beautiful one. So she had not heard of it, and I was like, listen, it's a way of making right relations. You don't have to speak to the person, but what's really beautiful is that you can envision their spirit, their essence, their soul, and speak to that part of them that is all loving, that part of them that is full of light. And then you can be actively engaged with it, really simply by saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. When we start to realize that everything in our reality is we have power over it, and not only do we have power over it, but it is our responsibility. We are complete, you are me, I am you. We are one. We're completely connected. So while we can't change what somebody else is doing or thinking, we can meet it with that place of connection and recognize in the other one the love, the pain, the compassion. So as we were speaking about this, we were at a retreat, and it was 9,000 feet up in the mountains in Colorado, and there's no Wi-Fi, and there was no cell reception. And I was writing this down on a blackboard. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and the phone rings. It's her phone, and it's like we're all looking at her like nobody has cell reception up here. And she's in the front row, and she's like, let me just get this. It's my sister. I thought, this is fantastic. Of course it's her sister, right? How perfect is that? The synchronicity. So she gets on the phone, and everybody in the room starts doing the Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I want to invite you right now to think about that challenging situation in your life that we've put on the seat next to you. Can you join me in meeting it? And let's all do this together and close our eyes and simply say, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Beautiful. One more time. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And once more for yourself. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And let's just sit with that for a moment. That compassion. That compassion that heals all wounds. That openness to be with what is, without trying to change it or blame or shame, and simply be in this space. To meet it. And when we can meet all of those uncomfortable corners and parts of us and of the world, when we can simply meet it in this way, we let go of trying to change it, and we let ourselves simply be with it. And let everything that needs to come, come. And let everything that needs to go, go. And invite in the love, for love to do what love does best. One of my favorite sayings is, out of this only good will come. I don't need to know how, I don't need to know when, I don't need to know why. But what matters is the energy with which I meet a situation. So when I say only good will come, it's an invitation, it's an openness, it's a willingness to receive, to allow, to accept that which I cannot change, and to learn how to flow with it and see what is wanting to come up, what is wanting to be healed, what is wanting to be released, what is wanting to be birthed. Perhaps it's a whole new you, new way of dealing with things, facing things. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about people is our capacity to change. And rather than waiting on everybody else to change, it's how can I change? How can I let love lead me in this moment? So apart from the little ditty I've been singing, I've also been thinking on this beautiful poem. You might know it, but I want to read it to you. For so many reasons, I love this poem. It's Meister Eckhart. Who here is familiar with Meister Eckhart? Yeah, it's good stuff. But there's something about this poem that I wanted to share with you today, simply in this acknowledgement that we're born of love and we're born of light, and then we forget. And that's human, that's the human nature. We fall out. We get lost. We feel fearful, we feel afraid, we feel sad. And then quite often we don't want to acknowledge those feelings and we judge ourselves for feeling them. But there's something really beautiful about not judging it and lovingly embracing it and coming back in. And knowing that that's the part that matters. It's not how many times you fall down, but it's the capacity and the ability and the willingness to be with what is and keep choosing love. Yeah. And when we choose love, then we are the love that we want in this world. We are the light. This poem is called When I Was the Forest. When I was the stream, when I was the forest, when I was still the field, when I was every hoof, foot, fin, and wing, when I was the sky itself, no one asked me, did I have a purpose? No one ever wondered, was there anything I might need? For there was nothing I could not love. And it was when I left all we once were that the agony began. The fears and questions came, and I wept. I wept. And tears I had never known before. So I returned to the river, and I returned to the mountains, and I asked for their hand in marriage again. I begged. I begged to wed every object and creature. And when they accepted, love was ever present in my arms. And love did not say, where have you been? For then I knew my soul, every soul, has always held love. Being with what is, being with where we're at, being with what has been or never will be or couldn't be, and accepting it is the most profound invitation of love to heal, so that we can make the next step, born of light, born of faith, born of reverence, born of love, enthusiasm, compassion, and all those qualities. So I ask of you to really sit and hold the quality that matters most to you. That's the tone. That's the vibration. That's the frequency. Not only that you need, but we need. And that's your beauty and that's your strength. And that's what you have to offer us. So thank you. Thank you for being that light.